Welcome back everyone to the channel. My name is Devin and today we're going to be explaining the new movie Lyle Lyle Crocodile, which is Sony Pictures' new movie. It stars Javier Bardem, it stars Constance, Shawn Mendes as Lyle, Winslow Fegley, Scoop McNairy, and honestly I really love this film. I was actually at the premiere. Click right here to watch the playlist of interviews and behind the scenes on the carpet I have, but let's talk about the movie. Now, unlike a lot of my other ending explained videos, this video is pretty self-explanatory, so I'll be talking about a plot summary, as well as my favorite scenes, and just giving an overall review of the movie. The movie starts out with Hector Valente going into a pet store and finding the singing pet crocodile, Lyle. And can I just say from the start, Lyle is extremely cute. The showing that I was in at the premiere, all the kids absolutely loved it, and you could hear the audience reactions. Hector does have a friendship with Lyle, but mostly wants to use him as a showrunner and to make him some money. When Lyle goes on stage though, he has extreme stage fright and Hector ends up leaving him in the attic, which was extremely sad. I believe it was 18 months later the Prim family move in. Josh is the youngest child, played by Winslow Fegley, and he was awesome. I interviewed him on the carpet. You can click right above me to go watch that, but he was such a nice kid and very mature for his age. His mother is played by Constance and Scoop McNairy plays the father. Josh is a kid that does not have many friends, so one night when he goes upstairs and sees Lyle, he instantly gets very scared but then follows him because he's so intrigued, and Lyle ends up saving him. Him and Lyle then go home and they become great friends. Their friendship was really awesome and you could tell they really had love for each other, and the friendship and love values in this movie really shined for me. Eventually, both the mom and dad discover Lyle as well, the mom, Constance having a singing performance with him in the kitchen, which I thought was really awesome. The dad was very hesitant at first and actually thought that someone was sleeping with his wife, but it ended up just being Lyle and they were having a lot of fun, but didn't want to share it, so when they eventually shared it, he was very scared, but eventually he warmed up. When the dad is running towards the door, Hector is back, and supposedly there's like a 2-week clause in the lease of their house that says that Hector can stay there at any time. He just can only stay for a maximum of 2 weeks, so now Hector is living in their attic, and they have a lot of fun together. This movie has a lot of awesome visuals of New York City. They're going down Broadway, they're in the car, they're out to dinner with Lyle, and it's really heartwarming. Oh, and at the same time, there is an evil neighbor named Mr. Grumps who from the start tells them that he will sue them if something happens, and he is portrayed by Brett Gelman, who you may know from Stranger Things as Murray. And I thought he was one of the best parts of this movie. He was so funny in this character, and I absolutely loved him in this role. Josh has finally found his new friend, and he even makes friends with a girl named Trudy, played by Lyric Hurd. I also interviewed her on the red carpet, as you can see right up there. And click in the description, I have a playlist with all the interviews, so you guys can go watch some awesome videos there. But he has two friends now, Trudy, who is at school, and Lyle, who is at home. But Lyle is making way too much noise, and Mr. Grumps holds a neighborhood meeting. It is here when Mr. Grumps basically tells the family you may have to go and leave, and the other families are kind of agreeing a little bit, but not until Hector comes in and basically reveals that Mr. Grumps has been surveilling the whole neighborhood, and the neighbors are pissed and they all leave. Hector stays behind though for a few minutes though, and this is when Mr. Grumps actually bribes him. Hector takes his bribe and leaves through the attic, and he calls the pest control or animal control on Lyle. This was a very sad moment in the film because you could tell that the family really did love Lyle like he was their own member of the family, and basically Lyle is taken and put into the Central Park Zoo, which is called the New York Zoo, probably for copyright reasons. Instantly they go and visit Lyle at the zoo, and it's honestly really sad. There's a montage with this one song that was really depressing, to be honest, and you see Hector leaving on the bridge, and Josh is not the same, the family's sad, and Lyle's just sitting with all the other alligators, and I thought this was one of the best parts of the movie for me. I did like the musical soundtrack, I can't wait to listen to it again, but I think it was cool that Lyle didn't have any lines besides the singing, but I wonder if they did try and have the lines with Lyle, and maybe they just didn't like how it came out, and they only liked Shawn Mendes singing, but who knows. After a little bit, while Josh is taking out the trash, Hector returns and says to him that I have a plan to break Lyle out. Hector tells Josh to meet him at the zoo at 4 a.m. and he goes off, and by the time Josh shows up, Hector is already in the enclosure and he's got crocodiles coming at him and is about to get attacked. It is not until Hector tells Lyle that he is sorry and tells him that he needs to go home with Josh and that he won't be basically a singer anymore or force him to be a singer that he saves him. After they break out of the zoo, the police surround them, and Hector throws a little smoke magic trick, and Lyle and Josh are able to escape, and they are heading to Radio City Music Hall for a talent show that is live. The plan is to have Lyle go to Radio City Music Hall and sing in front of the live audience so that the whole world would see that Lyle was really a good creature and just an awesome singer and deserved to be at home with Josh. So Josh steals Hector's motorcycle and makes his way down to Times Square and to Radio City Music Hall, where Trudy, his friend, lets him in because she was auditioning or on the show for her singing and dancing. Josh then goes on stage and the police start to come with the tranquilizer guns, and right as they're about to shoot Lyle, he starts to sing with Josh, and the whole world sees that Lyle can really sing and is really this amazing creature. It was a really heartwarming moment, and I heard that people were crying all around me in the theater. A lot of the kids really loved it. The entire time kids were pointing at the screen, and I can tell that your kids will absolutely love this if they see the movie. Right before the movie ends, there is a court scene where Mr. Grumps is basically suing Lyle, he's literally just suing everyone, and he's talking, and the judge basically doesn't know what to do, but then Hector pulls out a little document, and it is actually the deed to the house. Mr. Grumps actually stole it, and it was under his bed, and supposedly Hector's, I think it was his grandmother or one of his ancestors, had a deed, and on this deed it said that any exotic animal was allowed in the house. And honestly, I really did love this movie. I'm not being paid to say this. These are my honest opinions, and this movie's joyful, it's happy, and I honestly thought one of the best parts was Shawn Mendes as Lyle, the singing, as well as the acting from Winslow Fegley. So let me know in the comments, what did you like about Lyle Lyle Crocodile? Did you like Shawn Mendes singing, the acting, the story? Did you like how goofy it was? Let me know in the comments. And this is Devin signing out with another movie video. See you later, guys.